Libras, welcome to your weekly Sidereal Astrology forecast. This is going to be for February 15th through the 21st of 2016. I'm Athen, and this is for Sidereal Astrology, very different from mainstream astrology. If you are new to the channel, be sure to click the link for more information. All right, Libra, so this week we've got a lot of planets changing sign. We've got the sun going into your 5th house of self-expression. We've got Venus and Mercury going into your 4th house. So this will be prominent because your ruler will be changing location. So where I think a lot of transformations and a lot of things have been occurring for you have been involving maybe in the communication side of things, maybe involving your intellect, the things in your immediate environment, right? And that's been all these fast-moving planets going over Pluto. But now that's all done, and a lot of that same energy of Sagittarius is now shifting into Capricorn, involving that Mercury and Venus. So this is Capricorn, where we had the last new moon. And this is the 4th house for you, which has to do with perhaps this past week, new beginnings around home, maybe around family, your health, your emotional life, these kinds of things. Essentially anything you consider your roots in life. So that's been an area of focus, I think, already for you with the sun, but now Mercury and then Venus going in here is going to sort of continue that trend. But with Mercury, particularly around the communication, a lot of this 3rd house sort of stuff, maybe wanting to communicate more with family members, maybe wanting to take care of more things around the home, or anything that you might consider your roots or your health in life. So the sun's going to be going into your 5th house, which is quite good, the natural domain of the sun, which is the house of self-expression, creativity, fun, playfulness, following your interests in life, which perhaps has been an area of haze for you for about the past 7 years roughly, with Neptune in Aquarius, and maybe even been quite healing in terms of your self-expression for about the past 4 or 5 years with Chiron in the 5th. But now the sun comes in here and really just illuminates these 5th house things. So I think it's excellent this next month and starting this week to cultivate any interest that you might have, expressing yourself just generally in a nutshell. Now the shifting is going to be this Monday, and also on Monday too. We're going to be in the first quarter phase for the rest of this work week. So it's all about implementing and grounding a lot of these new insights that maybe you did have around the home, family, past roots, or health, or new energies that are coming in regards to that. The first quarter is all about integration and constructively working with those new beginnings. Now, as you can see here in the transit graph, we don't have a whole lot of aspects. In fact, just one major aspect this week. Mars will be sextiling up to the North Node, typically around Tuesday and Wednesday. So with this is that same energy which has been expanding for you to cultivate more of your ideals in life, which has been Jupiter retrograde in that 11th house, and now the North Node going into that 11th. So when it comes to your ideals, when it comes to perhaps group activities or community things, maybe connecting with friends, progressive things, there's a lot of support for you these next couple of years to really cultivate that. And you've probably been noticing that for about the past 6 months with Jupiter here. Now, a lot of that is reflective with Jupiter retrograde, so it's good to kind of go within and kind of rehash, relearn, and kind of treat it as a learning process right now. But still, a great week for that. Mars sextiling up to that area. I think it's great for cultivating anything you might consider an ideal or a group or organizational related matter. Now, Mars is in your 1st house, so you guys could be feeling quite motivated at the moment, at least to maybe assert yourself, express yourself, and cultivate a lot of your interests in life. So you got good positive energy from Jupiter aspecting up to Mars in that 1st, which could be good. Could also maybe notice some easy energy or supportive energy for you in regards to your financial or material side of life, which has been a more serious area with Saturn in that 2nd. But this is an easy aspect in regards to that, and maybe even easy with relationships. So the sextiles are just about openings. They're not anything other than maybe a slight inspiration, maybe an opportunity. So I think any opportunities that do come into the picture involving these areas, I think are excellent to cultivate here around Tuesday and Wednesday. Now the shift of the week, and probably when you'll start to feel the most shift, is going to be on Thursday or around Thursday, when Venus slowly starts to make her way into your 4th house. So again, still things relating to the home and family or your health and your roots, but here Venus is going to is directly associated with that. So it represents you in the chart. So you guys are kind of at a lowering of energy time. I mean, your sun's at the bottom of the chart. There is still a lot of drive and motivation, but with your ruler down here at the bottom, it's actually good placement to be in. So you could actually find the easygoingness around the home, maybe easygoingness around the relaxation, your personal life, things like that can be quite enjoyable with Venus in that fourth. Now, as we go into next week, you're going to notice here in the transit graph, we've got Jupiter opposing up to Chiron, which is the second aspect of this. This happened already at the end of last year, involving healing. And I don't think it's a deep kind of healing. It didn't seem that way the last time this occurred. And it really wouldn't, because Jupiter is a very easygoing sort of benefic planet and very collective in these general readings. But in either case, there is healing taking place, I think, in terms of what are these possibilities and your own personal outlook, your own personal perspective of these insights, of this new life path, of this inspiration, maybe these interests that you're learning more about involving community or group or your ideals in life. So the key with this is to be open to healing. Again, I don't think it's going to be a major theme, and it might be next week once it goes exact. But the key with this is that just sort of the second half, just kind of integrate it, really see where you can cultivate these passions and interests, which is where the sun's going to be, and express yourself. And notice that the things that you really are interested in are what the world needs, or what the community or the group needs, and vice versa. What the group needs is for you to really be cultivating your true voice, as it is with that fifth house. So some things to reflect on perhaps, and maybe healing some wounds around those areas, specifically about what you see as possible in those areas. Now, as we go into the weekend, we'll be entering into the gibbous phase, so there is a lot of support in terms of the weekend being in a harmonious aspect with the moon here in this lunar cycle. So there's a lot of momentum, a lot of energy gaining as we go into the weekend. And this is specifically now cultivating these 11th house things, these ideals, these organizational things, which is where you're going to have a full moon at the early part of next week. So if you've been involved with anything over the past 6 months involving organizations, groups, ideals, being a part of things larger than self, whatever it might be, could be a culmination of that for a lot of you. But at the very least, you have the awareness, you have the insight of these areas, which will be coming in over the weekend. So I think it's a great weekend for those matters, just in general. All right, Libra, so have a great week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next week.